The carnival traveled from town to town, and its main attraction was a girl with 3 arms. They called her the Spider, a freak of nature, a monster for coins. She was sold as an infant by parents who could not bear to look at her. Her 3rd arm grew from her right shoulder blade, smaller than the others but fully formed, with fingers that curled and uncurled like a sleeping child. She learned to hide it under cloaks, but the carnival owner made her display it. She hated herself. The outlaw leader's name was Vance, a man with a reputation for cruelty and strange obsessions. He saw the girl at the carnival and bought her on the spot. A 3rd arm can hold a 3rd gun. He laughed. His men laughed too. One of them did not laugh. His name was Cole, a quiet rider who had joined the gang to escape his own past. He watched the girl being dragged away, her eyes empty, and something in his chest tightened. He had never felt protective before. She was given a tent, a cot, and a pile of weapons. Vance ordered her to practice shooting with all 3 arms. She fumbled, dropped pistols, earned his rage. Cole watched from the shadows, saying nothing, planning everything. One night, he slipped into her tent. She cowered, expecting violence. He knelt before her and said, "I'm getting you out of here. Tomorrow night, be ready." She stared at him. "Why?" He shrugged. "Because no one should own another person." She escaped with him on a stolen horse, riding through the darkness, her 3rd arm wrapped around his waist. They rode for 3 days until the gang's shouts faded. He found an abandoned cabin in the mountains and made it their home. She learned to sew herself dresses with hidden pockets for her extra arm. He learned to look at her without staring at her shoulder. He taught her to shoot, to hunt, to trust. She taught him to laugh, to hope, to dream. Vance did not forget. He hunted them for months, furious at the betrayal. He sent riders to every town, offered rewards. Cole moved them deeper into the wilderness, building a life far from the reach of lawless men. One evening, as they sat by the fire, she asked him why he had left the gang. He was silent for a long time. "Because I killed a man who didn't deserve it," he said. "I've been running ever since." She took his hand. "I've been running too," she said. "From mirrors, from crowds, from myself." She pulled her dress aside and let her 3rd arm stretch into the firelight. "This is me, all of me." He reached out and touched it gently. "It's beautiful." She wept. No one had ever called her beautiful. He held her, his arms around her, her 3 arms around him, and the cabin felt like a cathedral. That night, they became something more than fugitives. They became each other's home. Vance found them in the autumn. He brought 6 men, all armed, all eager for blood. Cole met them at the gate, a single revolver in his hand. "She's not a weapon," he said. "She's my wife." Vance laughed. "You're outnumbered." The woman stepped out of the cabin, her dress loose, her hands empty. Vance raised his pistol. She raised her 3rd arm, and in that hand was a derringer, hidden in her sleeve. She fired once. Vance fell. His men fled. They buried Vance in an unmarked grave. The territory's lawmen, who had long sought the outlaw, declared Cole a hero. He was pardoned. They offered him a badge. He refused. "I have everything I need," he said, looking at his wife. They moved to a small town where no one knew their past. She wore dresses with high collars and long sleeves. Her 3rd arm became a secret, shared only with him. The town accepted them as quiet ranchers, nothing more. Years later, a traveling photographer came through. He wanted to capture the normal life of the frontier. The woman posed with her husband, her dress carefully draped. After the photo, she showed the photographer her 3rd arm. He wept. "Why are you crying?" she asked. "Because I have photographed beauty all over the world," he said. "But I have never seen anything as beautiful as the way he looks at you." She smiled and squeezed her husband's hand. They had 2 children, both born with the usual number of limbs. When the children asked about Mama's special arm, She told them it was a gift from an angel who had too much love to fit in 2 hands. She outlived Cole by 5 years. On her deathbed, she raised her 3rd arm one last time, waving at the ceiling as if saying goodbye to an old friend. Her children buried her with all 3 arms crossed over her heart. The town forgot the freak, the carnival, the outlaw. They remembered only a kind woman, a devoted wife, and a love that had room for every part of her. Her grave reads, "She had 3 arms and 1 heart. He held all of them